So first, let's prepare the tofu. I just placed a clean cloth on a tray and then put on my single serving of tofu on top of it before I placed another clean cloth on top. The cloth will help to absorb all the water that is released by the tofu. You do not want any water in your tofu, that actually ruins the taste of it. And then I placed a lot of plates on top of it to press it out, press all the liquid out. I set it aside for around 45 minutes to an hour. Now here I'm just dicing up my onion. We do not want too much onion, but it's just enough that it adds taste and texture to the dish, as it's really not the main ingredient. Now here I've got enoki mushroom. You want to cut off the end. This is actually all the dirt. That's because the enoki mushroom has been plucked right out of the earth. You do not want that in your soup. It's just dirt and soil. After that, I rinsed through it. You need to rinse it thoroughly as there is still dirt in it, so you just want to take it all out. And then I started to individually take them apart as they come in really big bunches. You want some enoki mushroom in every bite, so you'd want to just tear it and put it into individual little pieces or in a very small bunch so that you get maybe a couple of mushroom in a bite instead of just one. Here I've got my tofu that I started on around an hour ago. I know it's a bit smushed and small, thin actually. So that's all completely all right. I'm just cutting it up into cubes here. You can even mash it if you want and put it into your soup, if that's what you prefer. But I preferred mine cubed. In a bowl, I just cracked in 1 egg. And then beat it. You'd want to beat it really well because you do not want the egg yolk and the egg white to be separated at all. You want it to be perfectly incorporated with each other. Just like that. Here I have a pot and I put it onto medium-high heat before pouring in around 1.5 to 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Once it heats up, just add in your onions and let them cook for around 2.5 to 3 minutes approximately, or until they are translucent. Just mix them around before, and you can just separate the ones that are sticking together. Once the onions have been cooked, here I'm just adding the tofu. Again, I'm separating it in the bowl, in the pot itself, and then cooking it until it's lightly brown on the top and crisp at the edges. You would be able to tell by the color. Now that the tofu is done, I'm gonna just add in the enoki mushrooms and cook them till they are soft. You'll know they're soft when the stems of the mushrooms start bending. The enoki mushrooms are now done, and now I'm just gonna add the water in. Here I'm using around 1.5 cup of water. Now I'm just turning the heat up to high and putting a lid onto it and letting it come to a boil. Now I'm just starting on the spice mixture. You can change this however you want. All the amounts I have used are listed below. Here I'm just putting in some salt and then some red chili powder before grounding in some fresh pepper. I like mine to be a bit more spicy, so I did use quite a bit of chili powder, but you can adjust it to the spice level that you prefer. I then added a bit of soy sauce, around 1.5 spoons of it. And of course some white vinegar. It does help to alleviate the taste. I mixed it up before I took it to the mixture. You can forego the vinegar as it is quite sharp and strong. And instead you can just put in some lemon juice if that's what you prefer, if you prefer a softer taste. Now that the soup has come to a boil, I'm just gonna add the spice mixture that I made in. And using the ladle, I'll just be putting in a bit of the soup water into the bowl and taking out all the leftover spice mixture, as we do not really want to waste any. Just like that. Just give it a mix and pour it back in. I just mixed it up a bit and then put in the egg. You would want to constantly stir the soup while you're pouring in the egg slowly. In the beginning there, I added it a little too fast, but then I slowed down. This is so that you don't get really big pieces of the egg in your food. You would want a little bit with each bite. I just mixed it up and then put the lid on for another 2 minutes. And there you have it. That is our soup, and I really hope you enjoyed it, and let us know how you found it. Thank you.